Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the city of joy, Kolkata. Swagatam. We all would agree to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, plan, and also believe. There is an old saying that goes, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. Very truly, we all came together, worked together towards this most awaited event. With great joy and immense exaltation, I feel privileged to extend a warm welcome to all the delegates present here for the celebration of the 134th year of establishment of Botanical Survey of India and the inauguration of Second International Symposium of Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens, which is being held here on 13th and 14th February 2023. Let me put forward a big thanks to all who are present here on this occasion with us. We are truly overwhelmed by this splendid response. Your presence itself speaks volumes about the importance and relevance of the symposium. On its 134th Foundation Day, Botanical Survey of India has organized this 2 days international symposium with the objective to bring together all the nature lovers and botanical fraternity, policymakers to share, discuss and learn the recent trends and developments in the field of botanical research, and also to disseminate the doctrines of mission life, and to practice such lifestyles to be recognized as pro-planet people. Keeping all aspects into consideration, this symposium has been divided into 4 major themes: floristic and taxonomic studies, including revision and monographs on Indian flora, biosystematics and phylogenetics, including molecular studies, ethnobotany and traditional knowledge, assessment of threatened plants, ex-situ conservation and botanic gardens, invasive alien species, and applied sciences. May I now invite our distinguished guests and dignitaries to take their seats on the dais. Madam Namita Prasad, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. Ma'am, please. Dr. Dhriti Banerjee, Director, Zoological Survey of India. Professor C.R. Babu, Chairman, Research Advisory Monitoring Committee of Botanical Survey of India. Dr. A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India. Dr. S. Das, Scientist E and the Organizing Secretary of today's program. Shubham Kurudvam Kalyanam Arogyam Dhana Sampada Shatru Buddhi Vinasharaya Deepa Jyoti Namostute. I fold my hands before the light that brings prosperity, auspiciousness, good health, abundance of wealth, and destruction of the enemy's intellect. We light a lamp to bow down to knowledge as greatest form of wealth. It is rightly said, in the right light and at the right time, everything is extraordinary. So, on this note, may I call upon our respected dignitaries to please light the lamp and formally inaugurate this symposium.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhana sampadah. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhana sampadah. Shatru buddhi vinashaya deepa jyoti
From the Vedic period to recent mission life, we have a long history of plant conservation and an unadulterated admiration of Mother Nature. To protect our plants, the Rig Veda says, Ya Oshadhishu Ya Vanaspateshu Tasmai Devaya Namo Namaha. All the medicinal plants and trees are my Lord. I bow down before you. Botanical Survey of India has always been involved in practicing the same and promoting the importance of conservation amongst everyone. India's proposal in COP26 reaffirms the obligation of each citizen of the country to work together towards the individual commitment on lifestyle for environment, or LIFE, and take it forward as a national campaign, and reaffirm our solemn commitment for a sustainable future. And the simplest way to do so is to water a plant. So may I call upon our dignitaries again on the dais to kindly water the plant Pterocarpus santalinus, commonly known as red sander or Raktochandon, which is endemic to India. It has high demand in national and international trade for its timber and use in medicine, dye, artifacts, incense, and for other uses. I would now take the privilege to request Dr. A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India, to felicitate Madam Namita Prasad, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. I would again request Dr. A. Mao to felicitate Dr. Dhriti Banerjee, Director, Zoological Survey of India. I would now request Sir to felicitate Professor C.R. Babu, Chairman, Research Advisory Monitoring Committee of Botanical Survey of India. Now, may I please request Dr. S.S. Das, Scientist E, and the Organizing Secretary to felicitate Dr. A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India. I request Dr. A. Mao again to felicitate Dr. S.S. Das, Scientist E, and Organizing Secretary of today's program. Now I would request Dr. S.S. Das, the Organizing Secretary of the Symposium, to present the welcome address.
Thank you, Sudeshna. Namaskar. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. While it is obvious to feel very happy to deliver this welcome address before this August gathering on the 34th year of establishment of Botanical Survey of India and the inauguration of the second International Symposium of Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens, which is held on here for 13 and 14 February 2023. On behalf of Botanical Survey of India, I extend very warm welcome to all you present here on this wonderful occasion. I am also excited and feel blessed about this role. And this two-day symposium is very much relevant for the post-2020 biodiversity strategy scenarios. When we speak about the transformation of society's relationship with biodiversity, ensuring that by 2050, the shared vision of living in harmony with nature. With this note, with deep respect and humility, may I welcome our guiding light, Dr. A. Mao, the Director, Botanical Survey of India, under whose guidance, enthusiasm, expertise, this symposium is being organized. Thanking Sir has never been easy, so today is no exception. An inspiration to us, a great teacher, is a fine motivator and captain of this ship. A warm welcome to you, sir. I take this pride to mention and acknowledge, under the guidance of Dr. A. Mao, under whose leadership, we have started many such programs of contemporary issues with a motto to conservation taxonomy among young researchers of botanical fraternity. With deep gratitude, I welcome Madam Namita Prasad, Joint Secretary, Ministry for Environment, Forest, Climate Change, Government of India, for her august presence here today on this remarkable occasion. Ma'am, a Fulbright scholar with a Master in Environment Science, her organization-centric idea have already assured several developments in this organization towards strengthening the scientific infrastructure and research opportunity. Your presence has truly enriched this day today. Thank you, ma'am. A very warm welcome to you. It's my sheer privilege and honor to welcome Dr. Dhriti Banerjee, Director, Zoological Survey of India, whose energy level, acumen, valuable inputs at all times never fail to surprise us. With more than 25 years of research experience, field experience, policy formulations on biodiversity conservation, she has been a focal point of many conventions in India, like CITES recently, Convention of Migratory Birds. She is an able administrator, works tremendously towards connecting the young minds and strive towards success and achievement. Ma'am, you have been always inspiration to us and the Botanical Survey of India and our association. Thank you for being here today, all our endeavors. What an absolute delight and honor to now welcome Professor C.R. Babu, the Chairman, Research Advisory Monitoring Committee of Botanical Survey of India, to today's symposium. Sir needs no introduction. His decorated career is a testimony to how deep his inputs are, and we are looking forward to some great advice from you, sir, just as always. I extend my most sincere welcome to all the distinguished members from the scientific fraternity, my esteemed senior colleagues, particularly officers and colleagues who have traveled from far points for their presence and gracious occasion today. My sincere welcome to all the dignitaries across nation and respected international members of our fraternity, professors, academicians, researchers, and students to today's symposium. I am sure that there is going to be a lot of brainstorming of ideas, food for thoughts, and enrichment of ourselves, in this symposium, I welcome the media persons present over here for their coverage. Deep sense of gratitude runs across as I welcome my esteemed colleagues, the head of the offices of all the regional centers, for their overwhelming responses. I am sure in this symposium, with all its relevance topic, will be much useful for the young botanist who has participated, and I hope it will open a new ground for better understanding taxonomy studies and will help them in career building activities. This also pave a way to interact with the vast experience and aspects which will ignite the young minds. I am sure the vast wonderful knowledge that will be shared in coming 2 days will give a lot of inputs to the students and all the researchers and all the participants here. I am also sure the program will have a super success. Wishing a good luck to each. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanking you would be very less because it is because of you we all have gathered here. May I call upon on stage our director, Dr. A. Mao, to present the presidential address.
Namaskar, good morning everybody. Respected Madam, Ms. Namita Prasadji, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Dhriti Banerjee, Director, Zoological Survey of India, Professor C.R. Babu, renowned ecologist and taxonomist, distinguished invitees of the DAYs, and all the participants from abroad as well as from India. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and privilege for me to welcome you all on behalf of the Botanical Survey of India to the second International Symposium on Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens on 134th Foundation Day of Botanical Survey of India. I wish to express my deep appreciation to the Government of India, Honorable Minister of Environment and Forest Climate Change, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, and other officials from the Ministry for encouragement and support for conducting this international symposium, which would foster the subject of plant taxonomy in the days to come. I'm very happy and grateful that many foreign dignitaries, distinguished scientists, scholars, teachers, and students have come from both home and abroad to share their knowledge and experience and to explore better ways of understanding plant taxonomy. BSI, since its inception, has made notable contribution to study, understand, and utilize the plant resources of India. Tea, cinchona, rubber, mahogany are but some of the plants introduced and popularized by BSI in India. The present day BSI envisioned by Dr. E.K. Janki Amal in 1954 has now blossomed to a full-fledged organization having 11 regional centers across India and 4 units at Kolkata. Sustained commitment to the cause of plant taxonomy has ensured that this historical institution stands tall in the field of plant taxonomy world over. BSI is unparalleled in generation, preservation, and dissemination of primary data on the floral biodiversity to the public, academics, researchers, and policymakers of the nation, as well as the international scientific communities. The fundamental data on the floral biodiversity of the country is provided by this institution in a comprehensive and holistic manner, systematically curating and preserving the plant specimen for posterity in its herbaria is also much appreciated in global taxonomic fora. Floristic surveys of many of the Indian states and union territories have been completed and the rest is in progress. About 3 million plant specimens of different groups spanning centuries are housed and curated carefully in different herbaria of Botanical Survey of India. The pride of Botanical Survey of India herbaria goes to about 29,000 type specimens and over 3 million plant specimens. These 3 million plant specimens substantiate and validate our claim of mega diverse country in the global fora. The discovery of one new family, 49 new genera, and more than 1,800 new species and infrataxa since inception of BSI is a meritorious further in our cap. Nurturing sustainable lifestyle is envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister of India in the Mission Lifestyle for Environment Program. As a pivot to combat climate change, ethnobotany, the study of the traditional use of plants by communities, has a major role to play in this mission. This brings the focus back on traditional knowledge and the sustainable way of living practiced by denizens of India since time immemorial, a prime example of circular economy. Honorable Prime Minister's address at COP27 in Egypt recently suggested a paradigm shift from mindless and destructive consumption to mindful and deliberate utilization. Ethnobotany traditional traits this paradigm shift historically and culturally by adopting sustainable practice. BSI has been documenting the ethnobotany of the nation arduously since 1982. All India 1982. All India Coordinated Research Project on Ethnobiology, a DST project under the umbrella of Man and Biosphere program, was completed in 2 phases, that is 1982 to 88 and 89 to 94. In different regional centers like Howrah, Shillong, Gantok, Allahabad, Coimbatore, and Poplar of BSI. In this project, about 7,500 medicinal plants, 3,900 edible plants, 525 fibers and cordage yielding plants, 400 fodder plants, 300 pesticides, and pesticides were reported by all 24 research centers, including BSI. Current project on taxonomy included ethnobotanical study of Odisha, ethnobotanical study of Kaimur and Rohtas district of Bihar, ethnobotanical study of West Bengal, Bihar, etc. Cumulatively amazing about 9,540 ethnobotanical information from the communities. About 266 research papers and several books were published by scientists of BSI on the subject of ethnobotany. The virtual herbarium of BSI is poised to create inflection point in taxonomic studies of India. Since its launch in July 2022, this website has crossed 810,000 hits with detail of more than 1 lakh specimens and ease of access. It has received appreciation from students, researchers, plant lovers, and general public, and has put the spotlight back to the field of taxonomy and floral diversity of the nation. The works on the digitization of rest of the herbarium specimens are carried out at considerable pace. Here I'm happy to say that we launched the digital herbarium in July last year, and it has, the heat is so high. Every month it is more than 1 lakh people are visiting, and also it is we have seen the statistic is that 83 countries has visited, people from 83 countries are visiting the herbarium. Plant extinction rates have increased rapidly over the years, and its driving force being the human induce alteration and degradation of ecosystem. Since plants provide the fundamental life support system, a decline in their structure would be detrimental to the well-being of the planet. Ex-situ conservation, such as Botanic Gardens, now more than ever play an essential role in prevention of species extinction by providing refugia for threatened species. Therefore, it becomes imperative that a backup collections of at least threatened endemic species are established ex situ by offering refugia in botanic gardens. Ex situ conservation is one of our primary objectives, and it bolsters India's commitment to CBD Article 9. 12 botanical gardens maintained by Botanical Survey of India are spread in different biogeographical zones of the country. Climate change adaptation focuses on conducting and translating research to minimize their impact of anthropogenic climate change, including threats to biodiversity and human welfare. The Cummins-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework 2022 have set target to protect at least 30% of the planet's land and ocean by the year 2030, also known by 30 by 30. Prevalent views recognize the simultaneous importance of both in situ and ex situ conservation effort. Anticipatory planning for ex situ refugia could offer threatened species a stepping stone as climate continues to change. Therefore, these 12 botanic gardens of Botanical Survey of India holds thousands of live plant collections, including many important commercial potential plant groups and groups such as ginger, rattans, bamboo, orchids, medicinal plants, and aromatic plants. As a natural progression of events, BSI is striving forward to the applied field like molecular taxonomy, IUCN Red List Trade Assessment, population studies, among others. The advance of technology has helped in digitalization and online hosting of archive, that is herbarium and literature of BSI's world. A matter of pride is the complete online hosting of database eFlora of India. This portal provides exhaustive information of 21,558 taxa of angiosperm occurring in India under 268 families and 2,744 genera. The flagship program of Botanical Survey of India, Flora of India series investigates a 32-volume magnum opus is nearing completion. The enormity of the bringing to fruition such as humongous task was a result of concerted, single-minded effort of the scientists of Botanical Survey of India over the past few years. And this has resulted in 14 volumes being publication ready and another 5 being under process. Response to the climate change crisis is exigency of our time, and BSI is shifting gears to the challenges under the leadership of Ministry of Environment and Forest Climate Change, Government of India. BSI is unparalleled in generation, preservation, and assimilation of primary data on the floral biodiversity of India, assisting in identifying countries' biodiversity hotspots, and also affirm that India as one of the mega diversity nations of the earth. These data are essential in mounting suitable response in climate change regime. It is my hope that the second International Symposium on Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens would be able to achieve its objective in providing an effective forum for academicians, researchers, and practitioners to advancing knowledge, research, and technology for conservation of biodiversity. This symposium will explore several complex interconnected themes on how plant taxonomy, ethnobotany, and botanic gardens can interplay and provide tangible benefit to the people and community and nation at large. Last but not the least, my best wishes go to the advisory board, organizing committee, and other stakeholders who have directly and indirectly supported the success of this symposium. The organizing committee has to be appreciated for conducting this vibrant symposium and continuing to work hard to deliver a good experience to the participants. I hope that this symposium will provide interesting and stimulating discussion, and sincerely wish that this symposium will be a great success, not only as a chance to share knowledge and experience in plant taxonomy and allied sciences, but also as the beginning of a long and fruitful cooperation and friendship among participating scientists and researchers. Thank you, Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. Dhriti Banerjee, Director, Zoological Survey of India, to share a few words with us.
In the words of Rabindranath Tagore, very loosely translated, it's surely a responsibility to do everything within our power to create a planet that provides a home, not just for us, but for all life on earth. Namaskar. Good morning, BSI. There's no response. Louder, it's your program. Good morning, BSI. Good for you. Thank you. So respected dignitaries on dais, Namita Prasad ma'am, Professor C.R. Babu, Dr. Mao, Dr. Das, a very good morning to all of you. And good morning to the entire BSI fraternity for organizing, and congratulations to all of you on your Foundation Day. And congratulations, big clap for yourself, good. And congratulations for organizing the second International Symposium on Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and the Botanic Gardens. I would like to thank Dr. Mao for giving me this opportunity to stand on and share the dais with you today, because after I joined as ZSI director, this is the first time I'm getting a chance to meet Dr. Sanjappa, Dr. Singh, and Dr. D.K. Singh and Dr. Paramjit Singh, because when we were working for modernization of ZSI and BSI, we had spent so many hours together working on the nitty-gritties on developing the scientific infrastructure between 2009, 2010, and 2011. So after that, all of them retired, and I didn't have a scope to say thank you. Sir, whatever the efforts you had put in at that point of time for both the organizations, that is bearing fruit today. And that's why we are having this symposium today too. I would also like to thank Dr. Mao for giving me an opportunity to meet my friends from the Natural History Museum, London. A big round of applause for them too. I have Dr. Rani, Dr. Mark, and the rest of them all are sitting here today. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. And as I go forward as Director ZSI, it gives me immense pleasure to see botanists, taxonomists, ethnobotanists, conservationists, policymakers, students, research scholars from all across the country and all across the globe in this inaugural session today in the City of Joy, Kolkata. It's indeed joyful to be among some stellar constellation of eminent and erudite personalities who have dawned upon here not only to share and discuss, but also to learn about the recent trends and developments in the fields of plant taxonomy, ethnobotany, ex-situ conservation, and the botanic gardens. The second International Symposium on Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens is being organized by Botanical Survey of India to commemorate its 134th Foundation Day. And it is a wide array of deliberations on themes like floristics, taxonomy studies, biosystematics, phylogenetics, including molecular studies, ethnobotany, traditional knowledge, assessment of threatened plants, ex-situ conservation, botanic gardens, and invasive alien species. And I'd like to congratulate Dr. Mao and Dr. Das for organizing a symposium of this scale and to bring in all the dignitaries all over the world to Kolkata and to BSI. So congratulations to you once more. I won't take much time because coming from Zoological Survey of India, as you know that ZSI and BSI, our primary mandates is assessing the floral diversity and the faunal diversity of a country. And we are all aware that both ZSI and BSI are the primary organization, one of its kind, in the whole country, over 100 years old, and working on taxonomy and biodiversity of our country. We are the only organizations who are solely concentrating on this kind of an activities. We have people working in different universities too, kudos to them, but there is no other organization other than BSI, Botanical Survey of India and Zoological Survey of India, who are working on this scale, on such a large platform, and solely concentrating all their efforts in studying the taxonomy, studies of both plants and animals, as well as the conservation of biodiversity of our country today. To be very honest, India has produced a large number of taxonomists, many of whom who have worked in organizations and also outside in universities and other foreign organizations, as scientists, as research scholars, as PDFs, as well as in full-time employees. And I feel the onus is now on both BSI and ZSI as premier survey organizations to take a lead role in coordinating and pooling the expertise of taxonomists further to consolidate this taxonomic framework, and I guess this symposium is going to do exactly the same work. This might be achieved in a time-bound frame and may be a priority in considering both organizations' future vision and its future activities too. There are varied opinions in the way we work, both ZSI and BSI, but end of the day, both ZSI and BSI, we are working together for a sustainable future. And it is time that both BSI and ZSI work together hand in hand towards our common aim of conservation of both flora and faunal species through creating awareness, conservation, legislation, increased public awareness programs, and of course you all know Nirantar. When I came here, the number of scientists from BSI who came and greeted me, I realized we are already working together. I've seen regional center people, all of them came and wished me. So I felt, okay, we are working together even if none of the ministry organizations are working under one umbrella. The first vertical definitely is working together, ZSI and BSI. So big hand for that. So thank you once again for inviting me today. My best wishes to all of you who are here today and all the participants also. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. You never fail to put a smile on everybody's face. Thank you. Botanical Survey of India is glad to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. K.N. Gandhi. Kanchipuram Natarajan Gandhi was born on January 28, 1948 in India. He is a senior nomenclature registrar and bibliographer in the Department of Botany in the Harvard University Herbaria and Libraries. He manages a botanical classification project to identify and classify all plants. The Lifetime Achievement Award is being presented to Dr. K.N. Gandhi, recognizing his consistent role in the field of plant taxonomy and nomenclature. Dr. Gandhi, please. I would request Dr. A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India, to please do the honors. May I request Dr. K.N. Gandhi to please share a few words with us. Sir, will you please share a few words with us? Thank you, sir.
Good morning to everyone. I was asked to say only a few words because I'm always used to teach for 6 to 7 hours. That's what I did in Dehradun just for the last 5 days. I do this 5-day teaching only for Botanical Survey of India. And even though I have been willing to share my knowledge, I need a good audience, and Dr. Mao has been providing such audiences in different parts of India. Thank you so much, Dr. Mao. In 2010, it was Dr. Sanjappa who introduced me to Botanical Survey of India staff. Since then, almost every day, I'm being contacted by one or another asking for clarification, and I readily provide because sharing the knowledge has been my motto. I don't know, I'm not a Gujarati, I'm not related to Mahatma Gandhi, but I was given the name Gandhi because my grandfather was an admirer of Mahatma. In 1998, an American botanist who wanted to know a solution for a nomenclature problem called me on the phone from Colorado. He said, his name is William Weber, who lived 100 plus. Till age 98 or 99, he was quite active. He was a gifted person. So in 1998, he was on the phone and he said, Namaste to Mahatma Gandhi. I was startled, who is this person? Then he said, this is Bill Weber from Colorado. Immediately I knew the name. Then I protested. Bill, I'm sorry, I'm not a Mahatma. I'm a small Atma. I shouldn't be compared. And then whatever question he had, I gave the answer. He was satisfied. Anyway, my motto has been to go to office every day, 7 days a week, whether it's 0 or -0, because I like what I do. Share the knowledge, whether it's people from India or elsewhere. As I mentioned, it was Dr. Sanjappa who introduced me to Botanical Survey of India staff. Then it was in 2013, Dr. Paramat Singh who organized a nomenclature workshop in Kolkata, and since then it spread. Kolkata, then Pune, then Coimbatore, then Shillong, now Dehradun. And already Mamo and his associate have a plan for 2024. Physically, I may not be strong, but I am somewhat gifted in orating 6 to 7 hours a day, sharing my knowledge. I thank the past directors, Dr. Sanjappa and Paramjit Singh, and the present director, Dr. Mao, and I also thank Dr. Dash for having been very helpful to me in many, many ways. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We will always look forward to your association with us. In the presence of all the eminent people here and in the stage and present in the auditorium, Botanical Survey of India is happy to announce the release of its 2 publications. The first book is The Genus Calanthe in India, written by Dr. Abhishek Bhattacharjee and Dr. Dinesh Kumar Agrawala. Calanthe is a terrestrial orchid genus with potential horticultural and medicinal importance. This book can be used as field identification manual and may be useful for the researchers, academicians, forest departments, management authorities, policymakers, persons associated with horticulture, gardening, and floriculture. Additionally, diagnostic characters of orchids, their economic importance, and brief history of Indian orchid taxonomy are discussed in the introductory part. Sir, please do the honors. The second book is The Flora of Bhasha Tiger Reserve, West Bengal, India. The book is authored by Anand Kumar, Gopal Krishna and P. Venu. The book deals with about 988 plant taxa recorded in the reserve, including color photographs, illustrations for easy identification. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I take a great pride and pleasure in inviting on stage Madam Namita Prasad, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. She is a Fulbright scholar with Masters in Environment Science. Her current responsibilities consist assessment of biodiversity, carbon market, and conducting G20 meetings. Ma'am.
Good morning and namaskar to all distinguished scientists, colleagues and friends. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Botanical Survey of India on its 134th Foundation Day. I wish you all the success in the future also. You have a very proud tradition to uphold. And I look forward to future such occasions where we can meet and discuss on such important issues which are slated for discussion. Conservation, restoration. And sustainable use of ecosystems and their services in line with international agreements is one of the targets of Sustainable Development Goals. Knowledge of biodiversity is a prerequisite to understand the benefits of ecosystem services on which the entire mankind depends. In the present day context, the value of biodiversity is not only associated with protecting the natural habitats and halting the loss of biodiversity, but also linking with societal benefits. Without the resolution of the conflict between ecosystem stability and human well-being, it is difficult to achieve our sustainable development goals. The Doctrine of Mission Life, a worldwide program launched by India, is about leading a healthy lifestyle for sustainable development. Symposiums like this add value to the national policy as well as bring a wide range of researchers to a common platform for interaction and creation of awareness. I'm delighted that Botanical Survey of India, the apex taxonomic research organization of this ministry, is organizing this 2 days international symposium on plant taxonomy, ethnobotany and botanic gardens during 13 to 14 February 2023. I'm also very happy to know that BSI will also publish an abstract volume which will cover a summary of the deliberations on the different themes. I'm sure that the symposium will meet its objectives and will help in disseminating knowledge among the biological fraternity in particular, and also create an awareness among the public in general. I congratulate the Director, Botanical Survey of India, and the Organizing Secretary, and all my colleagues in BSI for holding this international conference at Kolkata. I convey all my best wishes for the successful completion of this international symposium. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, madam, for being here with us today. It is an honor. May I now request Professor C.R. Babu, Chairman, Research Advisory Monitoring Committee of Botanical Survey of India, to address the gathering. Sir.
It's a great pleasure for me to say a few words on the occasion of the celebration of 134th Foundation Day of our oldest scientific organization, that is Botanical Survey of India. I must tell you, I'm sorry, my throat is a little bit problematical. I must tell you that both Botanical Survey of India and Zoological Survey of India are more relevant today than in the past. You may ask me why. I must tell you that 1 out of every 10 species will be lost by 2100. 27% of plants and animals would become extinct by 2100. And we need an additional 30% of the planet for protecting the whatever that is left out by 2050. If we want to implement this, we need these surveys. In the absence of this, both BSI and JSI, is impossible to achieve or to protect what we call whatever is left out in the planet. Therefore, I think we all must extend, not only in terms of our research activities, but also in terms of what you call in the form of support and encouragement to both the surveys, to what you call save this planet from extinction. What I am using the word, the planet may become extinct. If we lose our biodiversity the way that we are losing, one day you will not find any biosphere. You find another planet like moon and sun. For that purpose, we must, what you call, particularly I request the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, which is the nodal ministry, to extend full support to achieve the objectives and the, what you call, the goals and mission of the BSI and JSI. Now it's very pleasant to hear that on the occasion of the celebration of the 134th birth of the Foundation Day of Botanical Survey of India, the BSI is organizing second international conference on a very broad title. As a student of science, I see the title which was selected for the second international conference is very broad: Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens. But as pointed out by Mao, you need an integration of these three to achieve what the Joint Secretary told very clearly, that to get the ecosystem services done, and that ecosystem services would contribute to the human well-being. What I suggest is, if you talk separately these three areas, or three what you call sub-disciplines, the taxonomy, the ethnobotany and the botanic gardens, you will not achieve what we need. We need an integration of these three to achieve what we want in terms of what you call preservation and or the conservation of our biodiversity and its sustainable utilization and the benefits that we use it for what you call for the mankind. In other words, if we want to achieve the three goals of biological diversity, we need to integrate these three disciplines. And I wish that all the participants all the speakers in the conference would stress on the integration of these three disciplines so that we can say whatever that is left out in the biosphere. With these few words, I would wish the conference a great success, and I give my lecture in the first session where I will actually show a way how to integrate these three disciplines together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your words will definitely let the young minds here ponder. To have a balanced, peaceful life, we should make extensive efforts in planting trees, conserving soil, protecting biological diversity, and finding new ways of producing natural energy that could help to a greater extent in maintaining a balanced environment in our present world. Sanrakshet dushito na shalloka manava jivanam na kopi kyaschit nasham kuryat arthasya sathai. The literal meaning of this Sanskrit slok is, do not pollute the whole world. May God, human life, be safe. No one should harm anyone for the accomplishment of wealth. Let us all take a pledge to protect our environment and implement those small changes in our life and be recognized as pro-planet people. May I now request Dr. K. Karthikeyan, Scientist E, Central National Herbarium, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have come to the conclusion of the inaugural function on the celebrations of 134th year of establishment of Botanical Survey of India, on the second International Symposium on Plant Taxonomy, Ethnobotany and Botanic Gardens. I thank Madam Namita Prasad, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Government of India, for her gracious presence in spite of her multifarious engagements. Ma'am, your presence has not only boosted our morale, but is also a catalyst for us to strive to do better and expand our capacity in every field. My deepest sense of appreciation and gratitude to Dr. Dirti Banerjee, Director, Botanical Survey of India, for her gracious presence and invaluable advice. Ma'am, you are a mentor to us who never stops to amaze us with your academic and scientific inputs. I sincerely and profoundly thank Professor C.R. Babu, Chairman, Research Advisory and Monitoring Committee, for his august presence, which has made this celebration memorable to all of us. I thank our guiding light, Dr. A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India. Sir, keep guiding us and blessing us so that we work with more commitment and collaboration to convert the learnings of this symposium into a daily practice. With such a passionate captain standing rock solid, our path has to be onwards and upwards. My honest thanks to all my esteemed colleagues, distinguished members of the entire scientific fraternity of the institution as well as from other institutions with whose unwavering support we were able to make this event what we have envisioned. I express my sincere gratitude to all the participants for gracing this occasion today. I also extend my thanks to Dr. S.S. Dash, the organizing secretary, and all the staff members of BSI for their enormous cooperation in this gala event. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago, and it required meticulous planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff of our institution who were all versed in their job. I am short in words for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Your efforts has resulted in this august gathering of legendary botanists from India and abroad, many of our ex-directors and retired scientists of BSI. I also take this opportunity to thank the people who work behind the scene, every seen and unseen hands who contributed to make this event happen. Our technical team, stage setting, sound and lighting, hospitality arrangement team, and the housekeeping staff for their untiring efforts today and always. We hope to see you next 2 days for more proactive learning, healthy exchange of ideas, and scientific discussions in this pursuit of excellence. On behalf of our entire BSI family, I thank you all for your gracious presence. Namaskar.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. We would now take a short tea break and would gather for the plenary session. In the meantime, I would request all the participants of today's oral presentation to please come forward near the stage and along with the moderators of each session. Thank you.